Me, I'm depressed. Dog, what's depressed? It's when everything feels horrible. Like hungry. Sorta, but it's constant. Ah, like hungry. Can you imagine getting married and having a family and staying in love until you die, then waiting in the afterlife for your wife to join you, and she finally dies and ditches you for a dude she knew for 3 days on a boat instead? Anyway, I'd give Titanic a 9 out of 10. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Kim Kardashian broke the internet. Now, this person broke the internet. Wow, yes, like. Meanwhile, my grandmother breaks her internet every single day and has to call a guy named Len to fix it. No articles about her. What's this about, huh? Costume party, host. What are you? A harp. Your costume's too small to be a harp. Are you calling me a liar? There's just a bunch of dad jokes, but I keep on falling for them. My husband has been so helpful with our baby, but watching him become a dad has been so funny. The other night, he did the 3 a.m. feeding while I slept, but he woke up to say, okay, I changed him. He's fed, but he's awake still. Do I just hang out with him? Yes, you hop into the crib and play Monopoly with him. Went to visit my aunt, who, despite suffering from dementia, has an intact sense of humor. How have you been? I have no idea. Me, please, I beg you, just tell me the ingredients. Recipe site? Sure! Thank you. After I explain why I love these ingredients, no. It was a crisp fall evening, and I, a wide-eyed college student, was studying in Rome. We don't care about your life story. We just want to know how to cook our food. Shout out to the people who rate and review things, cause I don't like to rate or review things. But I like to know how things are rated and reviewed. For $5, I will write yikes under one of your ex's selfies. This is too harsh. On Wheel of Fortune, me, I'd like to buy an owl. Pat, you mean a vowel? No, someone said you guys sell owls. Who? I just heard one! I don't know what just happened, but I was at the animal shelter before work, and a toddler walked in and pointed at me and went, I want that one! And his mum just looked at me and said, you can't have that. That's a grown man. Yes, my favorite pet. A grown man. I mean, having a man as a pet wouldn't be as bad. I don't think you have to toilet train them. I hope. My 10-year-old brother called me to tell me he had a girlfriend and then sent me this. Her scrunchie is on my wrist. Sounds pretty serious. They're practically married. I'm on the bus and this guy is so fine, but he has an iPhone 6. Ugh. Yeah, but you're on the bus. So who's talking? I love when you hand a dog a treat and they're like, thanks. I'll be having this in the other room, excuse me. Some employees are banning the phrase okay boomer, considering it discrimination. Here are some fun alternatives you can use to stay ahead of them. Okie dokie about to croaky. 10 to 4 dinosaur. Very well, sir, old as hell. Fine with me, elderly. How do you think of this? What's worse than a heartbreak? You ever woke up and then realized your phone was never charging? That hurts. A lot. I wrote my boyfriend's resignation letter and sent it to my manager so he could print it for me, but I forgot to provide any context. Here's my letter of resignation. Can you print this for me, please? What kind of sick power play is this? To my writer friends, just keep going. I was rejected over 48 times before I got my 49th rejection. Yeah, you only get rejected. I just saw mashed potato referred to as Irish guacamole, and I'm done. I'm done. No more. Poor person. I cannot afford to feed my family. I literally have to choose between having shelter and having dinner. Rich people. Money doesn't buy happiness. Life's about experiences, not wealth. This tweet is so obnoxious it's making my skin crawl. I am 25 and completely burnt out. What am I supposed to do for 50 more years? Maintain a yard? Complain about traffic? Keep buying spinach and watching it die? Get oil changes? Gosh. In my hungover state, I went food shopping. Reached for a pack of sausages and someone reached at the same time, so I stepped back and said, Sorry, you go ahead. I then realized I'd actually seen my own arm in a mirror and had apologized to myself in front of a lady handing out samples. Oh boy. I trimmed my beard at another barber shop, then got a haircut at my regular barber. The dude looked at me like I cheated on him. You never go to other barbers. You stick with the same one. Macaroni cheeseburger. Why do Americans eat like they have free healthcare? You eat this and you die. Don't bother to buy 2019 calendars. Just use the 1895 calendar. It's exactly the same dates. Look. Oh, great, thanks. Now all I have to do is find my 1895 calendar. You know, the one that every family has? Dear Amazon, I bought a toilet seat because I needed one. A necessity, not desire. I do not collect them. I am not a toilet seat addict. No matter how temptingly you email me, I'm not going to think, oh, go on then. Just one more toilet seat. I'll treat myself. I'm sorry for breaking out into laughter, but oh, that's a good tweet. How is it that the Madame Tussauds wax model of Mark Zuckerberg looks way more like a real person than Mark Zuckerberg does? This is the wax model, and this is him. Those eyes. So I'm at Walmart returning 37 pool noodles, because youth ministry, and rather than explaining the whole story of why I'm a grown man returning 37 pool noodles, when asked, reason for return, I just said, the shopping list said noodles, but not what kind. Boy, was my wife mad. Doctors will be like, go and buy this squiggly line. And the pharmacist will give it to you. It's like a secret language they understand. Why wasn't I invited to your wedding? We were lab partners, bro. We were like practically best friends. A rival dad mentioned he was up at 6 a.m. this morning. So I told him it must be nice to get sleep in on a weekday. Gotta ruin their self-esteem. Cowboy, this town ain't big enough for the both of us. City planner, no, this is just the mock-up. The actual town will be much bigger. It's 1925. I'm leaning against this lamppost, on the lookout for dames who are looking for trouble. I start flipping a quarter. I catch her eye. I fumble the quarter and it rolls into a sewer grate. I have lost the equivalent of $30,000. Girls with no job will put up a pic of an iced coffee in their story at noon and caption it, much needed. As if they didn't wake up at 11 a.m. You didn't need it, buddy. Who needs a picture of my cat napping with a sweet potato in a salad bowl this morning? Aw, I did. I love it. Snowing hard this morning. The bus driver slid through a red light. Only thing he said was, we sliding. I can't stop thinking about this. We sliding. If a transformer died, could you just use its body as a regular car? Respectfully though. That is really weird to think about. How long until some genius bundles all the streaming services and just reinvents cable? If a baby's born at 1:59 a.m. and then the twin is born 2 minutes later, but the clocks went back, so now it's 1:01 a.m., which is older because the one born second will be older on paper, but the one born first is actually 2 minutes older? Yeah, I'm very confused here. Can't get a text back from my crush, but I can get one from my local library when the book I put on hold is ready. So who's the real winner here? Well guys, that seems to be the end of another episode of r/white people Twitter. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated if you could do so. And maybe even share this video to one of your friends and family members if you're feeling generous. I do have a couple of links down below in the description if you want to check them out before you leave. I've got my social media like my Twitter and my Instagram if you want to follow me over there and keep updated on my next post, my next uploads. I recommend you check it out. I do have some merch, so the first link down below in the description will take you to some cool designs and some Christmas merch, you know, get a good Christmas present for your friends, you know, GioFilms fans. Anyway, lastly, I do have a Patreon, so a big thank you to all my current Patreon supporters. Their names are on the screen. If you want to get your name on the screen as well, you can also click the link in the description or on the screen. I don't expect you to support me, but it's just there if you want to help me make better quality videos. Before that said though, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again on the next one.